Kellen Moore is officially obsessed with hiring former Cowboys coaches. It is well documented that the national media loves to rag on the Dallas Cowboys for just about everything they do. Most of that criticism is warranted. However, it says a lot. About the coaching staff Brian Schottenheimer has put together that some of the NFL's finest analysts are excited about what the Cowboys' offense could look like next season. Schottenheimer made it clear in his introductory press conference that he wants Dallas to be a physical team. New offensive coordinator Clayton Adams and offensive line coach Connor Riley have followed Schottenheimer's lead in wanting to establish violence. Adams in particular looks the part of a fantastic hire, highly regarded around the league after a successful stint as Cardinals offensive line coach. Adams was going to become an offensive coordinator sooner rather than later. It was previously reported that Kellen Moore wanted to hire Adams as his OC if he landed a head coaching job. Moore has since been hired by the New Orleans Saints and has wasted no time plucking former Cowboys coaches for his staff. With Adams unavailable, Moore has pivoted to another former Dallas coach. Kellen Moore hires former Cowboys assistant Doug Nussmeier to Saints staff. Multiple reports have confirmed that Moore has hired longtime assistant Doug Nussmeier as his offensive coordinator. Nussmeier served as quarterbacks coach at all of Moore's previous 3 stops as an offensive coordinator, including with the Eagles last season, the Cowboys for 4 seasons from 2019 to 2022, and the Chargers in 2023. Related Kellen Moore hiring. Another former Cowboys coach is comedy gold for Dallas fans. Moore has already confirmed he will call plays for the Saints, but Nussmeier will play a pivotal role installing Moore's offense throughout the offseason program and designing weekly game plans once the regular season rolls around. Nussmeier's son, Garrett Nussmeier, is LSU's starting quarterback, so you can circle New Orleans as a likely landing spot for the talented QB, assuming he declares for the 2026 NFL Draft. It's an intriguing hire for the Saints. With several years of experience as a QB's coach, Nussmeier was bound to become an offensive coordinator at some point. It is fitting that Moore affords him that opportunity. While Moore has poached multiple former Eagles coaches, New Orleans staff will have a lot of Cowboys flavor. Joining Nussmeier in the Big Easy are Scott Tolzien, a former Dallas assistant, who will be Moore's QB's coach, and Chase Hazlitt, a former Cowboys assistant tight ends coach who will preside over the Saints' TE room. It's no surprise that Moore relied on his Cowboys roots to fill out his coaching staff, but it is quite funny that multiple former Dallas coaches who didn't pan out with the franchise will have prominent roles on Moore's staff. We'll see how it works out for him. Cowboys predicted to sign 32-year-old RB after disappointing season. The Dallas Cowboys are heading into a new stage of the organization under first-year head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Dallas finished the 2024 season with a .710 record, losing back-to-back games to the Washington Commanders and Philadelphia Eagles at the end of the season. Schottenheimer takes over after serving as the Cowboys offensive coordinator from 2023 to 2024. He's also worked with the Jacksonville Jaguars, Seattle Seahawks, Indianapolis Colts, St. Louis Rams, Kansas City Chiefs, and San Diego Chargers. As the Cowboys look to revamp their roster in preparation for Schottenheimer's first year as the head coach, USA Today revealed their one target in free agency. USA Today writer Jacob Kamenker explained that the Cowboys may be inclined to sign a free agent deal with running back Raheen Mostert. Mostert posted 2 touchdowns and 278 yards during the 2024 season with the Miami Dolphins. While the 32-year-old may be entering the tail end of his career, he recently had his best NFL season in 2023. During the 2023 season in Miami, Mostert recorded 18 touchdowns and 1,012 yards in 15 games. The Cowboys' running back room currently consists of Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn. The addition of a veteran like Mostert should bring much-needed security in the backfield if Dallas decides to make a move when free agency hits on March 12th. Cowboys. Detail important key in identifying offensive line prospects. The Dallas Cowboys coaching staff under Brian Schottenheimer has been hitting all the right notes in their media sessions, and right now, that is all we can ask for. We have come away from those outings with one overriding thought about how the Cowboys want to play under Schottenheimer, and 2 words stick out: violent and aggressive. Dallas hasn't been known to be that type of team, and it is clear that the winds of change at the Star are bringing about a considerable change in attitude. As new offensive line coach Connor Riley states, A player's makeup is perhaps the most important thing when looking at offensive line prospects. I think that the measurables are always the first thing everybody wants to talk to, but what is the makeup of that particular person? Riley said. How tough are they? How physical are they? What kind of grit? When I'm sitting there watching film, how do they finish? Are they stopping and watching, or are they covering down to the football? That's something that's really important to me. That is something that is so controllable, and yes, absolutely, you got to have a particular skill set. You have to have the measurables, the athleticism, but we cannot overlook what the makeup of that person is. So the Cowboys know what they want their offensive identity to be, and they want players who will be aggressive and violent in how they play. That's music to Cowboys Nation's ears. Of course, this is all talk, and the proof will be in how we see the team go through its paces at minicamp and training camp. But right now, this new-look coaching staff is saying all the right things. The 2025 Cowboys will be a little different than previous versions, and with a focus on running the ball and being a violent team, sign us up for this new direction Dallas is heading in. The Dallas Cowboys line centers around this player. Of the 8 draft picks made by the Dallas Cowboys in 2024, center Cooper Beebe was the best of the bunch. Beebe started in all 16 games he played in 2024, missing only the win at Carolina due to a concussion suffered the week before against the Bengals. When he was on the field, he took every snap at center for Dallas. He easily saw more snaps than any of the other 7 rookies did last year. It was an impressive transition for Beebe, who had never played the center position in a live game before. He was a guard at Kansas State in college. For the 2024 season, Beebe was credited with a fumble recovery in the loss to the 49ers. He was also credited with a fumble on an aborted snap that was recovered by Cooper Rush in the win over Washington. More importantly, he was only flagged 3 times all season, twice for holding and once for being an ineligible receiver downfield. None of the penalties were called in the same game. By comparison, first-round pick Tyler Guyton at left tackle drew 14 flags. He had 5 multiple penalty games in his rookie year in 2024. Beebe had some issues at times with pass and run blocking, expected for a rookie lineman, but overall put in solid work. He has a long way to go before becoming the next Travis Frederick, Mark Stepnoski, Tom Rafferty, or John Fitzgerald. But Beebe certainly seems to be on track and ready to anchor the Cowboys' offensive line for years to come.